Hello everyone, welcome to video 3 of Unit 4 Planning. In this particular video, we will try to understand the importance of planning. So far, what we have understood is that planning is the primary function of management. It is the very important function because without planning, we cannot think of moving ahead with the other functions. Now, planning is basically about deciding a particular course of action, keeping in mind the future well being of the organization. But unplanned actions sometimes are most likely, you can say, going to lead us towards chaos and confusion or wastages and financial losses and so on. Now, business organizations cannot afford to incur such losses or such wastages. This is the very reason that we need to go for planned actions. Now, there are certain factors that highlight the importance of planning for an organization. Now, what are these factors? Let us check these factors now. The importance of planning lies in the systematic approach to determine a course of action to be undertaken in an organization in future. Planning has become very important due to the following factors. Number 1, planning leads to completeness and perfection. Let us try to understand this by citing a very simple example of going for shopping without a predetermined list. Under such circumstances, it is likely that we pick things which we do not require and leave out items which we actually required at home. Similar is the case with businesses. That is why an organization needs planning to avoid such mistakes and bring about perfection in its operations. Number 2, planning minimizes effects of the uncertainties of future. In fact, it provides an opportunity to a business manager to foresee various uncertainties which may be caused by changes in the environment. Such changes could be in regard to technology, taste and fashion of people, government or some policies, the competitors' policies, etc. Planning thus facilitates the creation of sufficient provision to meet these uncertainties or minimize the effects of uncertainties of the future. Point number 3, planning leads to useful economies. Planning brings about economies in the organization by suggesting realistic requirements of different resources and minimizing the costs thus involved. Planning also helps in saving time by prescribing the course of action, coordinating the different activities, and avoiding duplications. It also helps to bring about an increase in productivity with given efforts and making the workmen avoid useless practices and produce more, resulting in increased economy for the organization. Number 4, planning focuses attention on objectives. Objectives are at the center of planning, and the whole process tries to create awareness amongst the individual and department in regard to the objectives. Number 5, planning facilitates control. Planning provides certain standards against which the accomplishments of the organization can be evaluated. Planning and control are in fact inseparable. Number 6, planning promotes innovation. Planning is a process that helps generate creative thinking amongst the managers because the ever changing dynamic environment demands newer plans each time. Planning facilitates decision making by focusing on the objectives and enabling the managers to choose the best alternative course of action to achieve those objectives. Number 8, planning improves competitive strength. Effective planning gives a competitive advantage to the enterprise over other enterprises that do not have planning. This is because planning may involve expansion of capacity, changes in work methods, in quality, or anticipation of tastes and fashion of people and technological changes. Number 9, planning ensures better coordination. It helps in securing unity of direction towards organizational objectives. There is an integrated effort throughout the enterprise towards a common goal. It also enables to avoid duplication of efforts, thereby enabling better coordination within the organization as well as with outside stakeholders. Number 10. Planning motivates and boosts the morale of the employees. Effective planning system ensures participation of all managers and subordinates in the organization. Such participation also enhances their motivation level and desire to work. It also serves as a good training device for future managers. Now, let's watch this video on why planning is important.
One night 4 college students were playing till late night and could not study for the test which was scheduled for the next day. In the morning they thought of a plan. They made themselves look as dirty with grease and dirt. They then went up to the dean and said that they had gone out to a wedding last night and on their return the tire of their car burst and they had to push the car all the way back and that they were in no condition to appear for the test. So the dean said they could have the retest after 3 days. They thanked him and said they would be ready by that time. On the 3rd day, they appeared before the dean. The dean said that as this was a special condition test, all 4 were required to sit in separate classrooms for the test. They all agreed as they had prepared well in the last 3 days. The test consisted of 2 questions with a total of 100 marks. And this is the question paper.
Thank you for watching. Do subscribe to the channel above.